Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
Good morning. It is Sunday morning and I'm up early because our church service is at 8:30. Actually, it feels probably earlier than it is. It's after 7. I'm going to feed my sourdough starter and see if I can revive it enough to hopefully make some sourdough pizza. Maybe not today, but I just need to start the process. I don't usually discard too much at all. I like to keep this in the fridge, and usually I don't need to discard much, but I'm also trying to wake it up again, so we'll see how this goes. I just use a hair tie to mark the level it's at right now so I can compare it later. And hopefully it will rise. It's kind of cold in here. I actually have 2 jars, so I'm going to try to wake up the other one too. They're the same sourdough starter, I just operate out of 2 jars. And as far as amounts go, it's kind of funny because I tried sourdough like 2 years ago at least, and I struggled with it a little bit. I was being very exact with my measurements, but what has been most successful for me nowadays, now that I've started it up again this past summer, has been kind of winging it or eyeing it as best as I can. Now, the tip that a friend of mine gave me was whatever amount of sourdough starter you have in your jar, when you're feeding it, you want to feed it more than what it is. So that means more than the amount you see in there, or just about the same amount, I guess, that's in there. So if I have it up to like the ridges here on the side, just of the starter itself, then I try to add that same amount roughly of flour, and then I add that same amount roughly of water until it's a pretty good, like thick pancake batter consistency. And I'm not a sourdough expert, but I have had success this summer and fall, so that's kind of nice. It's reassuring to know that you don't always have to do every single bit of measuring. But I know of people who definitely prefer to measure everything exactly, and that's actually more of my personality. I follow recipes pretty closely actually, but this is just somewhere where I don't measure all that much and it's actually worked. So anyway, if that helps anyone, that's what I do. And this is the flour I like using the most, Wheat Montana. The funny thing is I also use organic flour sometimes. This one, it's called Early Morning Harvest. This one's organic and it's stone ground in Iowa. So I don't think everyone can get this, I don't know. But I like this. I like kind of how it looks even and how it tastes and stuff, but it can tend to make it more dense, like whatever I'm baking, which sounds funny because it's a general purpose flour. It's not like a whole wheat flour, which would make something much more dense and heavy. So you have to be kind of careful and sometimes do a mix of whole wheat flour and like all purpose flour. But this, I have noticed, makes my things more dense. I still like to incorporate it when I can, but it's kind of a mixture of these two. By the way, these cookies that I made last night, they are so good. I wonder if I should freeze 1 bag of them because we're going to eat them all very quickly, I think. Of course, now that I've told you my approach, generally speaking, with sourdough, it's probably not even going to wake up. It's probably not going to even rise today, but we'll see what ends up happening. Hopefully it does. I think it likes more like 71 degrees in here. And I just looked over at our thermostat, and right now the house is 68 degrees downstairs here. So I don't know. We'll see how things kind of warm up. It was a cooler night, and I don't think I've never done sourdough throughout a winter before. So we'll see kind of how it does. I really like it. Just doing my usual laying church clothes out on the floor for everyone. At least it helps streamline a little bit, right? Real quick, I want to show you my outfit. This is a shirt dress, I guess it's called. It's just a long sleeve, kind of longer dress from, I think the company is called Sexy Modest, and that's where I got my sweatshirt dress too. I might love the sweatshirt dress more, but I wanted to show you this one. Let me put this down here. So I like this one. It's navy blue. That's what I got. I don't know what shoes to wear with it, but I'm just doing ankle boots. And I wanted to show you the outfit before we all go out in the wind. It's very gusty and cold. I think it says it feels like 38. It's like 50 degrees outside. It's very breezy and definitely very fall-like, and I am feeding the chickens. It's fall for sure. Look at these leaves. Okay, like you saw, we are back from church, and I'm a little bit, I don't know if you can tell, I was just tearing up. Not at church actually, but after church I was watching just an Instagram reel about just the value and preciousness of life, and it was about a little girl with Down syndrome, and it just reminded me how important every soul, how precious every soul is to God and should be to us. And so anyway, I'm just like a little emotional from that. It was great to be at church. It was great to hear our pastor preach about Romans in the Bible. That's a pretty hefty book of the Bible to go through, and I love how he preaches line by line through books. They call it, I think, expositional preaching. And so I really appreciate when a pastor isn't just giving like a self-help talk, you know, something that doesn't actually technically require the Bible. I really like going through those books of the Bible. But Svea went to the nursery for the second time, I believe. We always love keeping our kids with us in church whenever we can. Our church has children's church for ages 4 through 1st grade for the sermon time only. So our kids still get to worship with us and hear announcements and stuff, but then they have children's, like a children's program basically in another room of the church for that short, or you know, that sermon time. But Svea has been her whole life staying with Bjorn and me in the pew, and she's just so chatty, and she's generally happy, and she likes her snacks and her toys and everything, but then she starts saying like moo and ba and woof woof and all these things and mama, and before you know it, she's just chatting loudly throughout the sermon. And so last week we tried for the first time bringing her to the nursery. It was so great. They said she loved playing with a baby doll, of course. And so today the plan was basically that I would immediately into the sermon bring her to the church nursery, and she loved it again. I just told them she loves baby dolls, and when I came back the woman said it was all babies, babies, babies for her. So very fun that she had such a good time. No tears, she just was more thoughtful as I dropped her off, which is such a gift. If you are a parent of young babies, it is so nice when your baby just feels secure and safe and they're not scared to leave you even briefly. So it's time to get out of this outfit. I just love changing after church. I love getting into comfy clothes, and I'll probably just do a sweatshirt and jeans or something. And Bjorn has lofty goals for all his apple processing today, and we'll see if we get even more done. We didn't get as much done last night as we were hoping, but we'll see what we get done today. On Sundays, I like to get us all caught up on things like laundry, have the bathrooms clean. I like to, well, tomorrow is trash and recycling day, so I like to get those out and down to the curb, of course. It's like mandatory. But anyway, I like to do all of those little things, those little tasks that set you up for success for the week. I feel like our week starts off so much more smoothly if I can kind of get my ducks in a row here at home. The living room is clean now, and I was telling Bjorn, I feel like since we've been watching so little TV, the living room and everything just gets a little more messy throughout the day because of all the creative independent play. So that's kind of a trade-off, and granted, I do need to probably sift through our toys and pare it down, kind of purge a couple things, declutter, all those words. But anyway, I really like that the kids are playing so well, playing and imagining and not needing screens. So that's been great, but I do want to just make sure we start the week off on the right foot. Tomorrow is ballet day for Sophie. Ballet is an hour away, as you might have seen from last week, and so I like to make sure before that big afternoon outing that I have all my ducks in a row. So anyway, I'm gonna get changed and we're going to move on with our Sunday.
I'm a baby. Baby.
Is that a baby apple?
Baby.
What is this?
Baby. Apple.
A baby.
Apple. What are you gonna make out of it?
I'm not gonna be able to make anything out of it, so we're gonna cut it up and eat it with caramel.
Baby apple. Chew chew. Chew it really well. Cute one.
Is it adorable?
Is it like 4 bites?
That's 4 bites.
Hello, it is 2:18 p.m. on Sunday. I am having one of those brown butter pumpkin oatmeal cookies, and they are very, very good. Thought that would be a fun little reward. I just finished cleaning both bathrooms, and I've got our master sheets in the dryer at this point. I'm washing some more towels. And what else? The kitchen is all tidied up. I did a quick preview of what we'll do for 5 in a row, which is our family subjects or like unit studies curriculum that we do for homeschool, and we're studying the book Ferdinand this week. Actually, we did study the book Ferdinand last week too, but we did not do it as thoroughly as I wanted to, so that means I like to then stretch our 5 in a row book to another week so we get more days with the book. The kids love the story. I just didn't do as many activities from the 5 in a row book as I wanted to. It's actually been a good productive afternoon. Bjorn's been peeling a lot of apples, and we've been basically cooking them all down into applesauce. Although I would like to save some of them to make like apple pie or something else. Just like chop them up instead of always cooking them down, but the applesauce is very, very good, and so we are looking forward to that. We have a lot of that in the freezer right now. And it is a gorgeous fall day. It's warmed up a bit. It says it's 64 out now, and it's like blustery and breezy, but the sky is so blue. The clouds are so puffy and just blowing right by, and we've got a tree with yellow beautiful leaves above the trampoline out here. And yeah, I'm feeling like my mood is lifted by the sunshine and the productivity that has been happening. But anyway, I am in the car because I'm going to Walmart. The kids still have another hour left of quiet time, and Bjorn is at home, and so he is watching and listening for anything that they need. And yeah, they are doing quiet time today, like 1:15 to 3:15. So I know I have another hour. It's not like I have to be home right on the dot. I just kind of can gauge how much time I have to go to Walmart. So I'm going to Walmart just because I have some random toiletries that I want to get, and things like vanilla and canned pumpkin. Of course, this time of year you always need a couple extra cans of pumpkin, and dishwasher pods. What else? Some soap that we only get at Walmart, not the other grocery store, and my beloved coconut water and Spindrift, which is basically my nightly hydration drink that I make. I love it so much. I have an Instagram reel up about it, I think. Anyway, it's time for me to get to Walmart, get that errand done. Hopefully I won't spend too much time or too much money there, and we can move on with our beautiful Sunday.
Mama, thank you. Thank you. Okay?
So Sophie got from Bjorn for her birthday a lollipop lab. So that is the afternoon project for today. While I was at Walmart, they started. I am pleasantly surprised that my sourdough starter is waking up so nicely. I don't think you can really see, but this one is very high. This one is almost doubled on the left here. So that'll be good for making sourdough pizza, and I don't know what else. Hello, it is after 8 p.m. I don't know quite what time it is because my phone died. I just finished nursing Svea and putting her down, and there's something about that that just really makes you feel tired, but also like in a peaceful, relaxing way. It was a good day. My mother-in-law came over this afternoon and evening for supper, and also just working on apples and of course chatting and hanging out. So that was really fun. We also watched The Prince of Egypt, which is one of our favorite movies. It's a really, boy, the songs are so catchy and it's just really meaningful. So that was a fun family movie night too, kind of as all the apples were being peeled and cooking down and stuff like that. I'm sitting on my unmade bed right now because I washed the sheets today and did not put them back on the bed. And poor Bjorn, I feel so bad when I do that in the evenings, because if he wants to go to bed, like we usually go to bed at the same time, but if he wants to start heading upstairs and then I'm like, oh, I'll come with you, I have to make the bed real quick. I feel bad that he can't just go to bed, you know? So anyway, I probably should get going on making the bed just so that it's all set, you know? When you're tired, you want to go to bed. You don't want to be tired and then have to make your bed. If you saw some of the cooking I was doing, or baking, I guess. I was preparing some sourdough pizza dough. I was hoping to have some of that for tomorrow, maybe not necessarily for supper time. It's our ballet day, so we'll be kind of out of town basically for a few hours. But then I also made, because I had starter, it was successful, and I wanted to use up my like active bubbly sourdough starter, I made pumpkin rolls. It's like pumpkin cinnamon rolls. Sorry, my phone alarm was going off to remind me to take out the trash on Sunday nights. But anyway, I was making pumpkin cinnamon roll dough. So it was a sourdough cinnamon roll dough. So that is going to sit out overnight, and then we will make the pumpkin, either we or I will make the pumpkin cinnamon rolls basically in the morning. I'm very excited for that. I think that'll be very festive and a fun way to kick off the week. So I am going to end today's vlog here. Hope it was fun for you yet again to come along with us on a Sunday this time. Hope you're having a good day wherever you're at, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.